Yeah. We bike, and I ain't tripping no more. I don't think nobody tripping. I did hear about the coordinated Jacksonville booing that might be coming up. That's a little crazy. That might be a little hard to deal with from Deshaun Watson, but everything happening that's need to happen. I'm gonna sit here listen to start off with G. Bush, Tyvis Powell. We're gonna get into a little bit more Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. I think I might have some 92 to fan queued up. Don't recall, and then I think we're gonna end with some Joe Thomas. So this won't be too long, but this gonna be about maybe we looking at about an hour. Maybe we looking at about an hour, but it's gonna be a good hour.
What up, baby? What up, Barbershop? What up, Barbershop fam? Listen, we're going to get into it, man. G. Bush got some technical issues going over there. You got to give him grace because of his age. He a little bit old. He got a lot going on. He a little bit stressed out. Before we got on, he was talking about cadence, and he ain't never heard it. So he a little under, he feeling some type of way. So I'm going to get Prime G. Bush today, and I'm excited to see what he got to talk about. We're going to hit that film. But before we hit that film, G got something. He got a bunch of clips. Y'all know how he is. He keep the receipts. He got a bunch of clips that he want to show where people talking about you doing these things, and he fed up with it. And I am all the one here for it. I can't wait to see what he got going on. See, at some point you need to come take this thing back.
No,
there you go.
yeah, listen, yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. We back. I can't believe that they trying to get me up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
They're trying to silence my brother.
Hey, listen, we got to get to this, man. We got to get to this. We're not even playing games. Listen,
morale there in Cleveland.
Well, we gonna start early. We gonna load these up.
I forgot, bro. They about to get at Mary Kay, man. I did listen to this. This is why this is in the queue. I put the queue together, like as I'm scouring, and yeah, Mary Kay, you said this. You on wax?
Because I'm cool. We just kicking in the members only. Like I told Tybus as we put this stuff in here. I told Tybus, man, one of the things that I'm getting tired of, and we're gonna have to nip this in the bud real quick, is these folks out here using these catchphrases and these buzz phrases about cadence, bro. Like this cadence and getting in and out of the huddle nonsense is at an all-time high. And the problem is we let people persist with this buzzword. And I'm not gonna sit there and tell you that just because you play football, you got to know everything. But the way they're using cadence, Tybus, the last couple of days is telling me that they really feel that cadence is more important than the garbage that Deshaun Watson put on tape.
So this is where I'm at with the cadence thing, because I'm like you. I heard the same thing, and I heard it from obviously me working with the Browns Radio Network. I'm talking to some of those guys on a daily basis, and a lot of the stuff that they said was about the pre-snap stuff. What they told me was Deshaun Watson pre-snap is better than Shador. And so when you hear like he's struggling to get the play in, he's not saying his cadence loud enough so guys can't hear the snap count. When you hear stuff like that, right? In my mind, I'm thinking, oh, okay, if that's the case, when we get to these games, I'm gonna see guys not lined up correctly. We're gonna get some delay of games. There's gonna be some false starts. See, how many penalties did Shador have? How many pre-snap penalties do you have? I counted 0. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
What are we doing? Like this?
I don't know what they're talking about, because if it was as bad as they made it out to be, it would have surely showed up in the game. At some point, somebody would have been lined up on sides. Somebody would have been in the wrong position. It would have been a false start. Something. He had a clean operation.
Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about, Zach. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Morale there in Cleveland.
Well, it's not very good right now among the fan base. I do think it's time for cooler heads to prevail a little bit and let this thing play out and see how it's going to go.
Who made the decision to make Deshaun Watson the starter?
It was 100% Todd Monken's decision. All Todd Monken cares about is going down to Jacksonville and trying to win that football game. They're going to have to worry about silent counts. They're going to have to worry about...
I agree. I do think that's Todd Monken's whole spiel. Like, I think that's all he's trying to do. And I think as bad as Deshaun Watson is, if this team is as good as I think it is, I think this team is going to be highly underrated going into the year because of people like Deshaun Watson. Mostly because of a person like Deshaun Watson. But we just see the defensive line shaky, but we ain't getting into that right now.
Deshaun Watson is going to be trying to hold together a brand new offense, learning a brand new scheme and terminology. It's all new, and that would be a very, very tall order in a loud stadium for a second-year quarterback who doesn't have much experience.
It's the same thing we heard last year. It's the same thing we heard last year when they played Dylan Gabriel, and it was, Dylan's more equipped because he played in 5 different offenses, and if you throw him in there, it's going to get 10 times worse. Well, let me just give you some work right here, because here's the problem, Tybus, the film don't add up.
No, I'm going to ask you flat out. What are you seeing about Watson on tape, on the All-22? You're already shrugging your shoulders because, it's not like he's lit it up, right? So what have you seen that Todd Monken at least can hang his hat on here to announce him as the starter? Chase?
Not a lot to be completely honest. I haven't been around practice, right? So practice in general, like you got to play well in preseason, but that's only, I think Deshaun's had 27 reps or 32, something along those lines in actual preseason games. So he could be lighting it up in practice, but just taking practice away.
By the way, he was not lighting it up in practice. So I'm gonna take that.
Wait. He had some good days.
So lighting it up, Tyvis, lighting it up.
He had the one day where he threw 7 touchdowns.
Boy, you
He
talking
did.
the line.
That's the one. That was the game. Everybody went crazy. Oh my God, he's back. That's the one. Everybody was like, gee, I promise you, my phone went off that day. I didn't even know he could do this. I thought it was out of there. He looked so good. That was the day. Everybody hung their hat on that day. I'm telling you.
Listen, them 3 pick days, they're like, nah, don't even worry about that.
Yeah, it never happened. It never happened.
Chase, tell us what you've seen on film. Don't take my word for it. We're gonna watch the film. What'd you see, Chase?
I don't know. You watch the game and it's safe. It's underneath throws. It's missed.
Hey, be looking out for the feature, man. I'm gonna get down with G. Bush and Tyvis Powell, man. I'm looking for you, Tyvis. I'm out here in Columbus, man.
Feels like he's comfortable within the offense, and then you turn on Shador, which automatically, like, obviously they were fighting back and forth, and Shador's taking shots down the field. He's taking more chances, obviously those 2 interceptions. But I was really surprised that Deshaun was named the starter. And when he had that press conference, I had always thought that Shador was probably going to be the guy, just because he gives him a little bit of a higher ceiling. And then when that press conference,
now this is a man. I'm not gonna bore you. I just wanted to show you, because we got to get to the film where I just didn't want to bore you, because he's telling you, and I want to give you an opportunity, Tyvis. That's one person who watched all 22. Let's go to Coach Riz. Let's see what he says. Watch this. See, this is why the receipts come. You thought you was getting off the hook on just because you named the starter. Love seeing Shador use the snap count to his advantage. Whoa! Oh my gosh! The cadence has shown itself. He did it twice against the Bills in the first half, stealing easy 5 yards away both times. It can slow down the defensive line, keep pass rushers from spinning their ears back, and force the defense to rebuild the coverage, creating clear pictures, pre-snap picture for the quarterback. This and other areas of Shador's pre-snap operation improved drastically against the Bills. Yeah, Tyvis, if it wasn't for those mangy kids and Scooby-Doo, we'd get away with it too. But you're not getting that off. Let me just go ahead and throw this buzzword out to you.
And I'm sitting. That was last game. So I'm sitting in the box, the booth behind Andrew and Nathan, and I'm looking because my thing is this on my mind. He's trying to get in and out of the huddle. So I'm looking like, all right, when did he snap the ball? I'm looking at the play clock. He snapped the ball with about 7 seconds to go on the play clock. I watched him do it countless numbers of time. Where it was 7 seconds left, and he still snapped the ball. Like I didn't understand the getting in and out of the huddle. I didn't see it in the game. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Can you show me the results? The burning timeouts, late motion and checks, forcing rush snaps. He hasn't shown good command of the offense. That's vague and not measurable, and it's unfalsifiable. How can you say he hasn't? What is command of the huddle? Did he make the right check? Did the players line up correctly? Did he handle the pressure? He's still processing. Can you tell me and show me the read and the coverage in which he made it there? You can't?
No.
So I'm gonna just be honest with you. These buzzwords are used as disqualifiers and ad hominem in the text to just say, and this goes for everybody, because today when we watch the film, we're gonna tell you and show you why exactly we think what we think. But if you don't have that, how is it that you're going to have an idea about what's going on? I just don't understand the fascination with cadence, as if calling the plays in the huddle is more important than being able to execute said plays.
That's pretty much where we at. It's the big storyline has been they care more about the pre-snap than the post-snap results, and
that is egregious.
Am I wrong? Is that the conclusion? You care more about the pre-snap than the post-snap result. I don't get it. I don't understand.
You're telling me that you care about the window dressing. It's like you care what your uniform looks like, but you're garbage. I don't see it. So my thing is, we got to talk about that in the context. And all of the things that we're going to see, we're going to show. Cadence looks good. The protection looks good. All the above, right on the film. Let's get that out here. Now, listen. Tyvis, while I'm uploading this, when you look at the decision you're dealing with Taylor Green, what do you think that Shador is not playing in this game? Is it because they may need him later in the year and they just don't want to get him hurt, and he might be a guy that they can play early? Or, you buy it, they don't want to see Gabriel and Taylor Green.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that Shador kind of solidified his 2 spot right now, and with the hopes of becoming 1 before the end of the season, I think that they are in limbo of what they want to do with the number 3 quarterback. They keep 3 quarterbacks nowadays. So now you're in limbo with Dylan.
That's crazy because I wanted Dylan Gabriel to be the backup quarterback. But, not now. That's what Shador ain't start not now.
Have Dylan impressed you in the preseason in the 1 quarter, the 2 4-quarter games he's had? Not necessarily. Exactly. So we want to see, let him get a first half and let Taylor Green get the next half, and let's see who looks better because we got to make a decision. One of them's getting cut. They not keeping 4 quarterbacks. One of them getting cut. So let's see who it is.
You know, the thing I'll be looking at is I'm trying to figure out if Taylor Green or is it going to be Gabriel Green, who's going to get that look. You know what I'm saying? Like who's more likely to be able to make it out of waivers? You see what I'm saying?
Well, I think we the only ones that really seen the value in Dylan Gabriel. But Taylor Green also ain't got no tape. You would be taking him off of college stuff, but he ain't got it. So like he's perfect to sneak through the waiver wire right now because I don't think nobody would claim him.
Unless you got a Terrell Pryor situation where there's somebody I think may look at him as a wide receiver, but I'm not sure he was signed somewhere as a wide receiver anyway.
A lot of the NFL run that one high. But if you wanted them quarterbacks that got a big arm, they put them 2 on the roofs, and there is no need to do that for us right now.
That 2 on the roof comment is so funny. It'd be cracking me up every time you say.
Oh yeah, 20 yards back, 2 on the roof.
So now you better not freeze at the same time.
If it frees up, I'm going to
lose.
Oh man, we should have just skipped it. I take it. This is not the same one you've been using.
This is here's what we're gonna do.
This is a shame.
Here's what we're gonna do. Get up out of here. He actually
ultimately, listen, I think that I'm at a point in my life now where I'm not rooting against Deshaun in any scenario because I do want to see the Browns win, but I promise
I'm not there yet, Titus. I'm not there yet, man. I'm not rooting against him. I just don't think he's the man for the job. I don't think I ever felt like I ain't want somebody to play so bad. We used to have this dude, Anderson Sandejo, that played safety, and he was not very good. But he gave it his all, man. Like, and he was never like a Pro Bowler like Deshaun Watson was. He was somebody who was on the team. He was the best we had to put out there, but he gave us effort. I don't think we moved him.
been moving lately.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Like the way the Browns have been moving, like Todd in particular.
Okay, he talking about this.
He questionable for the end of the year, man. It ain't no guarantee. I'm just saying. Because like y'all said it on UCSS, like this is the first decision that was his decision, and he got to be held accountable for that decision.
Like, you know, he's gonna have to hold this.
So because I don't. To me, it's almost like
Quincy Carrier had a video. He was talking about how this decision just ended the Todd Monken's honeymoon phase, and I can't help but feel even before I saw that video, he just kind of put a description to it. He's really good at what he do. Shout out to Quincy Carrier. Definitely would want to collab with him too. But what he highlighted was we was bad. So we are still optimistic about Monken, but now it kind of got an asterisk with it. For you to be the most qualified and the person, the man in the room with the power, and this is the decision you made. Granted, we all know that there may be some meddling involved. We know that the Haslam's was at the wedding of Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson said months ago, we were so done with him, we didn't even hear him when he said that he knew he'd get. Ashley Badstock asked him. He said he had internal conversations. How long did they talk? I need a follow-up question on the internal conversations. It ain't too late. He will be on the press conference again before the season starts. Now, could this be a distraction? Yeah. Is it too late? Yeah, but main Cleveland Browns media, y'all missed that. So even when it circulated back up before he was named starter, that question should have got asked. Y'all asking him about the booing and all that. The booing gonna happen. Ain't no stopping the booing. They already coordinating in Jacksonville to for sure boo dude. I'm hoping he just put on his Bron, even though I don't think he's ever as dominant as LeBron. I hope he put on his LeBron cape and just play the villain, him against the world, him and his teammates against the world type mindset. That's all I can hope for because I really don't believe he can be good. So all I can do is hope that this new adversity that he's gotten is going to spark something.
2.0. Because the thing is this, and this is the problem that the fans is having, is that we watched it. We watched 2 games. The fact that you come out and you say that Deshaun gives us the better chance to move the ball down the field and score a point,
There's no.
how can you say that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you say that to a guy who literally dinks and dunks his way down the field. No explosives. His explosives came off of a Dylan Sampson screen. Like, that was all his yards came off of that. So don't tell me that, bro. Like, I'm a grown man. Like, stop it, bro. So you're telling me a dude that you got to defend every blade of grass because he actually can throw the ball past 10 yards doesn't help you move the ball down the field like that? That's ludicrous to me. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's nasty. It's nasty work. It's nasty work for sure. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Jack, what do you think?
I just pray that it's something that we don't know or we ain't seen because it just don't make sense.
So now that our community has seen what all the reps look like, I want to know what in that film work was hiding or missing or that we couldn't really ascertain, or it was higher level. We don't understand it, but it's just like I didn't see any higher level. He wasn't getting catch to jump off sides. I mean, it was the Forest time. It was the Forest. He was in the fourth quarter game of a preseason game.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. It's inexcusable, man. And then followed it up with a post game conference,
and they acting like
and then wonder why they booing him though. Like, what are you talking about? Look at the performance,
man. Cecily Sutton, the baby in the stands, looks disappointed too. Facts. Mary Kay is Jimmy Haslam's personal mouthpiece. She can talk to any national known media person to get her points out. Vivi Marriott, hold up, G. Pull up Dylan Gabriel. We can't pull up Dylan.
Dylan threw one ball.
He threw one. And
you know why? You know why he threw the ball one time? If he ran the offense and went down and scored, it really would have been bad.
Bad.
I'm telling you,
it would have been. It'd have been so. We'd have got close to a riot if Dylan Gabriel would have came out and then threw a touchdown. Because again, it looked like. And you can't count Dylan Gabriel. He only had one throw, really. But no, they so big on cadence and operation and all that. But he looked like the worst quarterback on the field again. He looked like the worst quarterback on the field against the Bills. I mean, no, he didn't look that bad at first. He didn't look that bad. He didn't look that bad against the Bears. He didn't look that bad against the Bears. He definitely looked like the worst Q. After that, if you ask me,
Dylan Gabriel comes out here and cooks
with the same people against the same people.
Man, Patrick Williams, Cleveland doesn't give to any grace to make mistakes. Two has to be perfect. He will make multiple completions, but the media will harp on one mistake.
That is true. That is very true.
It's comical at this point. I'm just saying it's comical.
That's the realest thing you ever wrote, right there.
I mean, these guys are like, and this is why we do these things, because I want to just give you an opportunity to see it, because a lot of people be gaslighting you. And so when you come in here and you see this stuff, and we keeping it a buck, we showed you every throw. We said when Deshaun had a good one, we told you it was a good one. But some of the stuff that these guys is putting out is egregious. And he was up. See, no, we're not gonna do this, because you know what, Tigers? Let me say something real quick. I gotta say something.
What happened, G?
Nope. I need all of them. I need y'all to understand and see what I'm talking about with this, because this right here was the lowest that I'd have been here. And I showed this to Tigers. He said, what is he talking about here? Now watch this. This is directly after the game. I want you to see this is directly after the game.
And I had written a column during the week saying that, he says he's not worried about the boos, but how he handles them is going to be significant, because they wanted to see how he was going to handle this. They have to see how he was going to handle this. Now, having said that, I don't think he was set up for success. You could easily see how he was going to handle fan reaction in the dress rehearsal.
What do y'all think? And I'm driving. I can't really FaceTime with the cam so we can have the moments we be having. What y'all think? Do y'all think? My goodness. Is he being treated like Shador was last year? But no, he wasn't never supposed to be the starter. I get it. All right. I don't know. Where you going with this? Thanks for compiling this, G. Bush.
And you would have the first team line in front of you, and you're throwing the ball to Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston. If you wanted him to have a really good first experience back at the stadium, then you might not want to put him in the third quarter of a game when you're behind. What were they behind by that? 24-7 or something?
No, they were down 14-7. And why is it okay for Shador to have?
She supposed to know that. And then they about to get into the bigger thing where this is not she didn't say you people, but she kind of going, I don't want to paint the picture, man, but she kind of, I think because she don't see Shador as a starting quality quarterback, she's pro Deshaun. But it's like, what have Deshaun done for you to be this pro him being the quarterback outside of the money, outside of the Jimmy Haslam internal conversation? Was Mary Kay, which they call, I saw on Twitter, I saw some people retweeting the Karen K Cabot. That was crazy. I won't do that, Mary Kay, because at the end of the day, what I do want to say is she told us first, man. So as irritating as this take is that she's about to get into, she had to be in on the internal conversations. I think she called Deshaun Watson. I don't know, man, but she was first. She was first with saying that Deshaun Watson was going to start. He was leading the competition. And, like, Mary Kay is in on the internal conversations.
If you wanted to see a good look from Shador and put him in the best position, well, he didn't get to play with our first team offensive line. He's been playing with the 3s and 4s the entire time. Tyvis, I don't understand. Well, this is right after the game.
Something like that, when you're going to put him behind the 8 ball in a situation like that with, I know that Shador was playing with backups as well, but it's funny because for Shador, the backups, those are his people. Those were his people.
This is egregious.
Why did she just say that?
This is egregious. This is egregious.
She shouldn't have said that.
The reason why I don't like it is because we know that he was throwing the water boys and bat and ball boys and shit. So if he can get better with those are his people. Those are his people. Like that's all he gonna play with is the backups and the. But if you a quarterback that's supposed to be raw, man, even if you playing against 3rd and 4th stringers, you post the ball. So it seems biased in terms of the leniency we given toward both of these journeys, considering the last I think we saw of Shador, we more optimistic versus the last time we saw Deshaun Watson and what they both can do.
His people.
She should have said that.
He's busting his butt to work with whoever. Last year when it was Dylan Gabriel and he had to go with the hungry dogs, now all of a sudden that's where he belongs. So therefore he's this is crazy stuff we're talking about with a straight face.
He has so much incredible timing with Gage and Luke and Malachi Corley. Those are his original people. He has better timing with them than he does with Jerry Jeudy.
Because he don't play with the ones. Why would he?
And that's just a fact. That's who he excels with. That's who he practiced with day after day after day after day last year. They had so much time together, so much timing down. Deshaun's never really thrown to those people. I mean, he doesn't have that. So if you really thought that he was going to be your starting quarterback and that was the lean because of the operational skills that he has.
We didn't see those operational skills. They're not. I don't see them.
So let me listen here. First of all, she shouldn't have said that. One, both quarterbacks are rotating with ones, so they thrown to everybody. So
thank you, Tyvis.
You can't say that. That's
say it a little louder. For the people in the back, they don't understand that. They're rotating with everybody.
Yeah, so you can't use that.
Right?
So you can throw that one.
Have we seen? I think we've seen a Shador to Jeudy. Matter of fact, we've seen some Jeudy drops. We've seen some Jeudy drops that Shador threw him. Now that I'm thinking about it, I just saw Bond get catches, Boston Floria get catches, Larvin getting catches with Shador. I don't know how we got here, y'all.
Then she says,
Other than the
if the
money.
case was that let's say he didn't have chemistry with them, well, run your game. His game is quick game. When he was running quick game, it looked fine. He was hitting everybody. That's his game. I think we just need to come to the realization that he is a quick game quarterback. That's just what it is. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to run, there was no point of firing Kevin, because that's Kevin's stuff right now. He was a quick game. I'm telling you, that man heard them people talk about he ain't, because everybody said he played well after the first game. Nobody really bashed him. They all said 11, he could have been 9 for 9 if Harold caught the ball. He finished the game 11-14. Nobody said nothing. What only criticism was he didn't put the ball in the air past 10 yards. So what does he do in this game? Force trying to put the ball in there, which tells me he's hearing the noise, and you can't do that.
Do that.
Not at the quarterback.
Game management skills that he has, then you have to set him up for success inside your stadium. The first time he comes back to the place where he was cheered when he was down on the ground with an Achilles in tears. If you didn't think about that, then you were remiss. I was thinking about this. I've been thinking about this for a long time.
Long story short, he shouldn't have played. When that rain delay came, Shador was killing it. Don't even play him. Don't even play him. Because it opens things up for this.
Well, no, I think it means it exposes things like this.
Correct.
If you would, it exposes.
Yes.
Because what she's basically saying is it should have never been a competition. You should have gave him the job. So everybody was writing that they was cool with competition, as I told you, was not down for it because you simply wanted him to be propped up and look a certain type way. And this is called setting up for success.
She was one of the first people that said, name him the starter and let's give him all the reps.
She was the only person who said that. You mean like?
No. You're right, because everybody said that they want Deshaun to be the starter, but she was the first one that adamantly came out and said, name him the starter now and let's go.
Right? I've been thinking about this for a long time. Deshaun Watson needed to be thoroughly prepared for what could happen at the stadium. He needed to be thoroughly prepared for the press conference. And he should have been set up for more success than this. I would never have, I told you guys this before, I would never have had him playing in this game. What is to be gained from playing in the third quarter of a meaningless game and throwing the ball to guys that you've never thrown the ball to, that aren't going to be on this football team, against other guys from the Bills who aren't going to be on their football team? What did you have to gain? All you did was perhaps maybe just completely screw up your quarterback competition.
What makes it worse when she keeps saying that he's throwing to guys that's not going to be here, that he never should have been throwing to. What makes it worse is that Shador threw to the same guys and it looked fine. So you got to stop. You got to stop saying that, because one, you disrespecting them players, and two, so Shador could just start anybody on the team there. So that's what you're telling me. Shador he can make any receiver look good. That's what Tom Brady used to do.
So why don't you just give Shador Bond and Casey Concepcion and make it look good for him? Where was all this energy at last year with Kevin? Where was all this set him up for success talk 2 weeks ago? When Shador was supposed to start against the Bills, you know what they told him? We thought, hey, maybe Shador's gonna get the same look as Deshaun with the scripts and stuff. Guess what? They made a decision. Ain't no starters playing.
Yeah,
That's
they
crazy.
And then they brought you out with the fours. I didn't know people for 10 year vets needed to win. By the way, Allen and Bouchel outplayed them too for the Bills. So it wasn't like it was just, I digress. Here we go. We can talk about it. Cleveland doesn't get too many grace. Yes, Patrick Williams, we got that one. J-Mac, 2 fresh 10 jewels, 2 thumbs up. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Bo Wayne, 100 jewels. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Tyvis is just like, I can't believe this. Lord of the Trip.
Because she shouldn't have said that, man. And I got a lot of respect for these people, man. And I ain't got no issue with nobody. But like sometimes, just as of lately, people just been saying the wrong things, and it's just be like, oh, did you think about this?
I'm glad you're coming around. You know, G. Bush been looking around at these folks for a minute, and I'm saying what you just said was the most egregious thing when it comes to football that I've ever heard. You basically said we would like to have the thumb on the scale. We would like it to be uneven. And the second that we perform badly, or the people I think are going to perform badly, it's time to call foul because we weren't setting him up. How much setup to get success do you need for one person? They already took the reps from Shador when he was supposed to be starting, remember? And what did we say? Think about that. When they took them reps, Tigers, we had to sit there at camp. And people was asking us. And I said, listen, that's just the way the game go. You know what I'm saying? They decided that they're going to give them reps to Deshaun because he wasn't working with the first team unit. And you know what? It is what it is, coach's decision. But now all of a sudden, you go out there with the 3s or 4s, it don't look like what you wanted to look like. And all of a sudden, you jumping off the roof because you're saying it wasn't set up right. Oh, come on, man. We can't do that. And we all know all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. Be easy people. Shador's time is coming and everything is aligned. His time and not ours. By the way, Lord of the Drip, I'm glad you said that because everybody, and we keep receipts over here, everybody has the unbothered face. What we came to do is just show y'all, like, yeah, okay.
For some odd reason, it's just one of those situations where it's like, we know he's going to play at some point. Like, he know he going to play.
All season, the door eventually going to get his time to shine, whether it's this year, next year, it don't matter. But we never plan on nobody downfall. We wish the best for everybody. You're never going to succeed if you have bad intentions in your heart and your mind, and if you wish bad on somebody else, bro. Like, no matter what the situation is, that's not how you succeed.
There you go. People stay off the internet. Hey, don't ask Shador no questions. Listen, I'm telling y'all. If you are in a media member, there shouldn't be no Shador Sanders interviews. Don't ask him about booing. Don't ask him about none of that. Shador, go handle your business. Get it beat. First man in, last man out. Hey, listen. I'm here to support whatever Deshaun needs. Because when it do get tough or it looks a certain way, that's going to be on the coaching staff and on Deshaun Watson. I don't want to hear nothing about the outside noise and how difficult it is. No. Not doing that. R. Anderson, a disappointed monk and lied with a straight face. He is Stefanski 2.0, denying what we saw with our eyes. God will continue to elevate Shador in due season.
So he trending that way.
Almighty law. Let's not forget, 2 wasn't playing with the ones Deshaun did. Facts, super facts. Curtis Murray, 30 jewels. We appreciate you. 502 Slim, show your work. We keep doing it. Got the medium labs. All I got to say is eyes wide open. The film don't lie. Facts.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. Well, I guess all the suds have died down yet, but they will. Easy bucket. Another day of Deshaun Watson throwing the ball to nobody. And David Walker, I believe the Bills defender said the Browns were check down city. They played looking for the check down. They was all over that.
Yeah, they were.
Vivi Maria, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. Patrick Williams, Cleveland fans are living rent free in Fort Head.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. They done put signs on Jim Brown's statue, bro.
Yeah, they took him down though.
I mean, yeah, but it's the fact that they put him up. Like, I don't think they understand. Like, these folks out here is diabolical right now. Lindsay Away says we need to pray for Shador's continue to develop his success. Deshaun winning 4 to 5 games will get him the best opportunity to tank for Arch. By the way, if you think you're going to get Arch Manning, it's impossible. The Jets got 3 first-round picks. Let me just say that right now.
What you mean? They might get Dante Moore.
No.
Dante Moore, the best quarterback in the draft.
Listen, Dante Moore can be Jesus Shuttlesworth.
And I think he was born in EC.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to listen, you know where his uncle played. You know exactly where his uncle played. They go, right? You know where they forced themselves out of, right?
Yeah,
they're the only people that successfully.
Do you know that if that happens, I will laugh so hard if Arch Manning said, "Yeah, I'm not going."
I fully expect him to
die laughing.
I'm telling you, I would fully expect that to happen. Because think about it: if you're a quarterback, which quarterback can you think of in the last 20 years that has a great relationship with Cleveland besides Bernie?
A great relationship with Cleveland. Josh McCown.
Nah.
No. Derek Anderson.
We ain't heard of him since.
Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer, he's a local kid, and they booed him. Had Johnny Manziel on the cell phone. He was a Mr. Hero commercial. Guess what?
Seneca Wallace.
Absolutely not. We've never heard of interview.
Jason Campbell.
Jason Campbell has never been back.
Jeff Garcia.
Absolutely not.
Charlie Fry.
They cut him in the middle of the year after 1 start. Baker? No.
Johnny
Manziel? No.
Timothy Couch.
Absolutely not. Tim Couch refuses to go to games. They booed him too when he was hurt. Or cheer. You continue to think why we doing these super chats. Ms. Melanated, Todd Monken, Jimmy Haslam, DAB, JW, etc. You can't impose.
Joe Flacco.
Absolutely not. Joe Flacco came to after Kevin benched him. He came back and said, "Get me up out of here." AB moved him in the division. Mind you, he got benched here in Cleveland. Then he went to Cincinnati, and in the first week he was there, on 2 days practice, he threw for 450 yards.
Yeah, he sure did.
No practice.
He sure did.
So no, he's not. Ain't it? It's time to punt management. Let's get it. Let it go. Let it go. No, they're going. I believe that they gave him. I believe that they told him they was going to be in my entertainment. Pay attention to her body language. You hug yourself like that when you lying. You hug yourself like that's funny. Marlon Mizon. Shador looks really good with the 2s because they have continuity. What would happen if he practiced with the 1s full time? Mary Kay, cut it out, please. Please cut it out. Yeah. Oh, wait, me 30 Jules. Appreciate you. Owen Mason is all in God's hand. Don't worry, 2 got this. I ain't tripping. As a matter of fact, Coach Prime ain't said nothing. Shiloh ain't saying nothing. The only one that really says something out here moving around. Actually, ain't nobody really doing much. Everybody's like, okay, well, we get your opportunity to play. David Walker, Mary Kay doesn't understand that the preseason doesn't count, but it matters. That's how teams are built and constructed, and that's why Shiloh said what he said. Crow Dog, 10 Jules, thank you so much. Another 5 Jules from you, Crow Dog. Go away me 10 Jules. And Carolina Blue, 6. I saw the Browns and Jags fans plotting on booing Watson. That's
100% going to happen.
That's diabolical. That the Browns fans on the road are going to coordinate boos with another. That's crazy, Tyrus. It's crazy. Look, this ain't a Deshaun Watson diss record or none of that above. If Deshaun Watson want to come out here and ball and get 400 yards, more power to him, and we'll come on here in the film room and say so. If he come in here and cook, and he come back to Cleveland 2-0, he'll have a lot more fans than he did when he left. Most people is going to get on the bandwagon because they just want to see good football. But I'm going to tell you what. If it ain't that, and it look a certain way, watch out. It get ugly quick around here. It get ugly quick around. Lindsay Away at quarterbacks, what type of practice reps will Shador be able to get while Deshaun gets all the reps with the 1s? Will he be able to play with the 2s? And if so, how?
So it's 1s versus 2s. 1s versus 2s. So really how it goes is the 1s go up against the scout team. 2s get very minimal reps in practice, but it's all scout team work moving forward.
Yeah, that's why people right now stop going to practice because they already named the starter. But he's just going to be doing scout team work. Freedom Genesis 10 Jules. Wayne Bowles 80 Jules. Thank you so much. Mike Stephanie game 3. Shador Sanders quarterback 1. Nah, like they're not even having him play in the game, in the preseason game. Lindsay Way, have you guys noticed that the tape of Shador not letting that hit to the head phase him is hard to pull up online? Talk about Shador displaying his toughness and elite ability. Yeah, like I feel like he's way more athletic and tough than what people say. See, man, Slim, here you go. This is crazy. I can't even read that, dog. Can't even read it, man. Hey, Slim, we appreciate you, man. Shout out to Mary Kay. Shout out to Mary Kay. We can't even read that, man. But you send me another one, I can read it. I can't read that one. With that being said, you never know what you wish my show, radio, television, internet. But if you want the film work, you already know what we do over here. We appreciate you. Hey, guys, thank you so much for us pulling up. We'll be back again. Actually, we ain't got film review next week. We're not watching Dylan Gabriel. There's no film. Don't ask. We're not doing Taylor Green and Dylan Gabriel. We're not breaking that down. We're not. We'll catch you on the other side. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. Absolutely not. With that being said, you never know where we show up. Radio, television, internet, but if you want the real cut on sports, fresh cut on sports, music, culture, you know where to find us. Have a great rest of your evening. As always, we only say, go Browns!
Welcome, everybody, to the latest edition of the Bullpen with Adam the Bull, brought to you by Bet Rivers. And you see him there, former NFL quarterback Sean King, now NFL analyst and a friend of the program. And we're excited that Sean is going to be part of the show every other week for the entire football season. We're very excited about this. We'll be picking games with me on Fridays a lot of times, breaking down the Browns, looking ahead to the Browns. And perfect day to start this off, Sean. Thanks for joining me. And your thoughts after what happened Saturday on the field and then what happened Saturday off the field, that 2 days later, Deshaun Watson named the starting quarterback of the Browns.
What a fascinating last 120 days for the Cleveland Browns.
Indeed.
I'm just looking at this from a couple of different angles, Bull. Shador Sanders has gone from being the most polarizing, potentially vilified player in Cleveland history to a sympathetic character.
It's true.
The circus that surrounds the Browns right now.
Yeah.
Like, there'll be a 30 for 30 made at some point. Think about if you're Todd Monken. First, your dream, right? Become a head coach in the National Football League, and you inherit this mess.
Yes.
I'm going to start here.
Okay.
Monken, who's a friend of mine, who I've known for quite a while, I thought showed some of his inexperience in being a head coach.
Yeah.
I think when you're the head coach, it's your job to determine the depth chart. And once you make a decision, telling you the ingredients that made the meal, I don't think is necessary. I thought he went too deep into the whys. I simply would have said, listen, we're going to start the season with Deshaun Watson. That's our choice. That's what we think is best for us to win right now. If something changes, then I'll alert you guys. But trying to justify the decision makes people even more skeptical that it was a decision that was forced, not one you made on your own.
I think it's a great point. And so I'll ask you that, since you know Todd Monken personally. A lot of fans, especially, I call them the Shadorians. What did you call them? I forgot what you said.
Prime sexual used to be, but they've quieted down.
Yeah. A lot of the people in that group feel like this was forced on Todd Monken, that I guess Jimmy wants to get something out of that money, which doesn't make any sense to me. I don't buy that, but you would have a better feel for this than I would. Do you buy
Don't
it?
overthink it, boy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's football, if it's hockey, if it's NBA.
Yeah.
Like, look at this from a business standpoint. The
Yeah.
guy that owns the team, who's he writing the biggest checks to?
Deshaun Watson.
So he wants to exhaust every opportunity to get some return on investment.
But-
Up to this point, he's gotten very little. And I really want to change how you're looking at this. It doesn't matter what the organization thinks in September of 2026 of your Shador Sanders. The only thing that matters is what do the Cleveland Browns think in January of 2027. Because that's what's going to determine Shador's future. He will get the chance to.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to First Take. Shake. We're not here with you with some breaking news from moments ago. Adam Schefter reporting that Deshaun Watson will be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns going forward. They play the Jacksonville Jaguars week 1, and so Deshaun Watson will take those QB1 snaps. Let's say hello to everyone here as we react to the news that we are all learning about in real time.
Matter what the organization thinks
Yeah.
in September of 2026 of your Shador Sanders. The only thing that matters is what do the Cleveland Browns think in January of 2027. Because that's what's going to determine Shador's future. He will get the chance to play this year.
Yep.
How he plays will determine what they feel like their number one priority is at the end of this season, which is all that matters if you're Shador. I actually, if I was in his camp, would be saying it's a blessing that they're starting with Deshaun. Under no possible scenario where the team is and Deshaun is mentally and what he's shown physically, is anybody in any way, shape, form, or fashion in the belief that the Browns are going to start 4-1 and Deshaun's going to be like Baker last year,
No.
like in the MVP voting? Zero.
Yeah.
So now when you get to play, guess what? You only got to play better than what Deshaun demonstrated to make people at least start being comfortable with you being the answer. Which if you should do it, that's what matters. Now, who started the season, but do the Browns at the end of this year feel like I'm the quarterback for them? They don't need to get involved in the Archman and Dante Moore, Sam Levitt, all these guys are going to be in next year's draft sweepstakes.
Right. The only thing I'll say about, obviously you're paying Deshaun Watson the most, but because Shador is so much more popular, wouldn't that be a positive financially for the Browns if he were to play?
That kind of speaks to my other earlier opinion.
Yeah.
When did Shador become popular?
I mean,
he had his stands,
Yeah.
and his committed followers were loud.
Yeah.
But he was polarizing. It just goes to show how far the relationship between the Cleveland Brown fan base and Deshaun Watson has fallen.
Yeah, well, that's true. And
True.
So you do think there was influence? You think they made him do this, or
I don't think they made him, and I think if you're being fair in the evaluation, Shador and Deshaun look exactly the same when they're with the first team.
yeah, neither look particularly good.
Yeah, they did some good things. They both made a couple mistakes. I mean, if there was no money involved, let's say Deshaun had been signed last year on a 2-year, $20 million deal.
Yeah.
Fully think Shador Sanders will be the starting quarterback.
Okay.
Because it was close.
Yeah.
But if you look at Deshaun with the ones in week 1 and Shador with the ones in week 2, those drives look really similar.
Right.
So in this case, most teams would go with the guy that they guaranteed $250 million to.
I'm gonna go back and look. But no, they both did have success. They both look good. They both look not bad.
There's no
Yes,
way Deshaun
100%.
Watson's going to make it through this whole season or play well enough to be kept through the whole season. He'll get his opportunity when he gets. And in the long run, you may also be right. It's a good point. I hadn't really thought about it this way. That if he gets his first opportunity week 6, week 7, whatever, maybe it's week 4, I don't know. It might be better because the Browns do have some good young talent, obviously at wide receiver, running back, and tight end, and especially the wide receivers. Well, now they get a couple of weeks to get their feet under them, and Deshaun Watson's probably played lousy. So you're right, the bar is lowered, and some of these young guys have a little more experience. Plus, an offensive line that's never really played together has a few weeks to gel, and maybe they're playing better by the time he goes in.
That's what I love about you, Adam. That's now you just turned into the Bulls. See,
there you go.
You're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Harold Fannin in the preseason. We haven't seen Deshaun Judkins in the preseason.
Yeah.
This new unit with the 3 free agent offensive linemen, Spencer Fano, they haven't played their full game yet. Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston, it'll be their first start. Jerry Jeudy, I wouldn't be surprised if contractually it's viable. He's cut. I mean, he's been invisible. Like, there are a lot of moving pieces on that offense.
Yeah.
If you're Shedeur Sanders, I'm not necessarily. I mean, the competitor in me wants to start,
right?
But I'm not sulking or pouting as I watch that group kind of get the kinks, fixed before I'm behind the center. And the things you gotta understand, there's such a drop off. Not that the first team.
Shout out to Sean King, man, for this perspective, giving me some hope. Yeah, Sean King, I might have to tag you in this video, man. Shout out to Sean King, man. Everybody watching, appreciate y'all. Hit the repost of y'all on Twitter. I think that's where most of y'all at. We can get to 150 people right now. We real close. About 13 people away from 150 people. Hit the comments and all that. And yeah. And my fault, my little neighbor, little O, just came out like little dude, man. He fresh for school. He ready.
But there's a significant drop off from that group and the group that's going out, whoever played with the 2s and 3s.
Yeah, that's true. And I got I'll give Shedeur credit because he gets talked about so much. I mean, he's had a good attitude. He, unlike with Deshaun Watson, who just acted crazy in that press conference, Shedeur's had a good attitude. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's spoken yet. I don't know if he will. And maybe I'm sure he's not happy, but you wouldn't have known it by anything that he said publicly. And he probably knows, like we're saying, that at some point he's going to get an opportunity. I am surprised, though, Sean, that today Todd Monken said that Shedeur Sanders would not play in the 3rd preseason game because I assume he's going to be the backup, the number 2. If he's going to be the number 2, why would you not want to get him some more reps in case he has to go in?
If he is the number 2, why would you, knowing how thin you is at quarterback, knowing you only got Dylan Gabriel and Taylor Green, who you ain't getting no reps? It's the one thing I don't like, Bull. You be irking me sometimes, man.
On Watson's injury history.
Now, this is why I want to give Andrew Berry and the organization some actual credit.
Okay.
They'd like nothing more than Dylan Gabriel to play at a high level and potentially become a trade option.
Okay.
Because right now, as an organization, they're kind of in a tricky spot. Deshaun is not proven capable of staying healthy. The last thing they want to do is put Taylor Green in a backup role where he could potentially have to play this year, but they also know to potentially cut him to get him to the practice squad, you risk losing him to someone else. So it's really an audition for Dylan Gabriel, I think, more than anything.
Okay. But couldn't you play Shedeur in the first half and then play Dylan in the second half?
I mean, you've seen Shedeur. You know what you have there. I actually think internally there's some excitement about seeing what Shedeur can do once everything around him is stabilized. Yeah. And listen, get a kid credit. The maturation of Shedeur Sanders from what was the legendary, from legendary leaving Boulder to like what you see now in interviews and how he's starting to handle success and failure. He's matured a lot and deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah, and I thought he played well in that second preseason game. I don't want to go overboard because it's a preseason game. I get it, but I thought he played pretty well in that game. Even the pick was not a great throw, but they should have been caught, I think, by the tight end.
Can I put something into the Cleveland stratosphere?
Please.
Like into the Brown fan bundle.
Yes.
In order for a quarterback to reach his ultimate height, the media in Cleveland, the fan base in Cleveland has to show a little more grace to aggressive turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen didn't become Josh Allen if he didn't get the year to go out and scratch his lower back. Like, can I get to this itch? Is my arm long enough?
Yeah.
Are my hands big enough? So you got to show a little grace to aggressive turnovers. When a guy's trying to make a great throw, when a guy's trying to aggressively pick up 3rd and 15 instead of just checking it down to safeguard his completion percentage and his touchdown to turnover ratio, show some grace because that's what allows the quarterback to actually develop when Shedeur gets his opportunity.
I think that's fair. And my comment at the time of the Shedeur interception in this past game was not a great throw, but I think the tight end's got to make the play. I didn't kill him.
I think that's right. I thought the interception in game 2, I can live with.
Yeah.
I thought the interception in game 1 frustrates me.
Yeah, that's the bad one. Right. That's the bad one. But definitely, that's much worse than what happened in games. Or Deshaun Watson's interception in game 2. I mean, that was, I don't know what the hell that was.
And I'll be honest, when I look at Deshaun, the thing that surprises me the most, and it's actually alarming, is there's not a better situation for a quarterback in the entire league to yell YOLO than the one he's in. He hates the fan base. They hate him. He's on the last year of this deal. He has absolutely nothing to lose.
Yeah.
If there was ever a time for a quarterback to throw caution to the wind and say, I'm just going to go out here and wing it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, the fact that he has checked down Charlie all of a sudden, it's almost as if he's admitted defeat and he's kind of given up.
Yeah, That's a great point. I'm curious, you referenced earlier the 2027 quarterback group, and obviously we're a long way from that. But I know you're always...
Hold up, man. I want to say this, man. Dog is not checked down Charlie. He like check down Chase or something, man. Check down Charlie got a real name. He legitimate. He got no AC, no injuries. He ain't mad at the fans for booing. This more like a check down Chase. I can't even think of no other CH names. Check down Chimothy. You know what I'm saying? Check down James. I don't know. We had to make it up.
Done on those quarterbacks yet. But where are you with this group? Like, what's your thoughts on what it's going to look like come draft time at this?
It's identical to last year.
Oh, you don't
remember after the Cam Ward, Shador Sanders draft, people kind of were in the middle on Jackson Dart and Tyler Shook. They're probably a little higher now than they were, but they were like, oh, next year we got, Nussmeier and Arch could potentially come out and all these guys, and nobody really took the bull by the horns and played them way into being a high first-round selection. We ultimately ended up with a number 1 pick that nobody ever really heard of at the time in Fernando Mendoza.
Yep.
So I think this group is kind of very similar, in that it could be 10 quarterbacks in the first round. It could end up being 2. Like quite a few guys out there, if they go out and have a big year, it could be a really deep class.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody you got your eye on right now? Or
I think Dante Moore's in the driver's seat. I think he has the least to prove. I think Arch Manning is the most probable because of everything that goes with Arch. He's shown flashes of brilliance. He has the name, what he would do to your ticket sales and galvanizing your fan base. But right now, the guy who has the least to prove, if he just is steady from week 1 through the end of the season, has all the measurables, is Dante Moore.
Did you like him? If he would have come out last year, would you have liked him more than Mendoza?
Let me put it like this. They probably would have went 1-2.
Okay. So it
would have been eye of the beholder with Mendoza. Because Mendoza's a better prospect than people think. I mean, that's a big kid and a big frame. We don't generally see that level of athleticism and that body type. He plays with poise and composure. He can make all the throws. He's an in love with football guy. Like Mendoza's ceiling is really high.
Yeah, and it's so funny how the guys sometimes you think are going to be the best don't turn out to be the best, and it'll be and just the way things are now in college football with guys making so much money, it changes the dynamic because you don't know who's coming out. Like it used to be, if a guy was great and he was eligible, he was coming out. There was no doubt. But like Dante Moore stayed in college, he's going to make a lot of money this year, right? We see the Browns pick. I can't even think of his name right now. The Browns picked up some tight end off of waivers, and he was and now he's going back to college, which is good for him. I mean, if he's going to make more money that way, I got no problem with it. But it's just crazy how it is now.
Well, I think the issue with quarterback, those are two different things.
Yeah, sure.
One, we've heard Dante Moore's name since he was a highly recruited kid out of Detroit, Michigan.
Right.
That went to UCLA. We heard his name again when Chip Kelly didn't have Dante Moore reach out to Troy Aikman and say thank you. And Aikman came out and said, I'm never getting involved in NIL again because, so the thing in today's microwave sports media environment is once a kid shows potential, we elevate him to a level of consistent production that he hasn't reached yet. So we've heard these names for so long, and these guys are still in their growth apparatus as far as development. So eventually, the cream rises to the top.
By the way, I didn't realize this. I just found this out now. I was looking. I just want to see how tall Dante Moore is. So
6'4".
Yeah, he's big dude, bigger than I thought. He was actually born in Cleveland. I didn't know this. And
he grew up in Detroit, right?
He grew up in Detroit. Yes, he might have lived here for 10 seconds. I have no idea because he went to high school in Detroit. But he was actually born in Cleveland, Ohio. And so he lived at least. It says he lived at least a little while in Elyria, which is very close to here. So I didn't know.
A dark horse will be down in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
With, Lane's track record with quarterbacks. Think about Sam Levitt at Arizona State.
Yeah.
I think there was a semifinals against Texas.
Right.
And that version of Sam Levitt is really good. So, I mean, there are a couple guys that could pop up. I mean, who knows if Sorensby actually really commits to, like, acknowledging, like, his faults and failures and goes into a real rehab.
Yeah.
He's going to show up at 6'5", run 4'6", you know what I mean? Like, so it'll be a fascinating process. But I think Shador's in a position, because here's the value if you're a Cleveland Brown fan, follower, loyalist. If Shador proves to be capable as a starting quarterback, the return on investment you can get for a top 5 pick in next year's draft.
Gosh, yeah.
If you don't need a quarterback, and as good as Jeremiah Smith projects to be, the fact that you just took Denzel Boston and Casey Concepcion and Harold Fannin the year before puts you in a position where you don't just auto have to take Jeremiah. So think about what you could get trading out of that if Shador, has established himself as potentially being the guy moving forward.
Or would you go crazy, take Jeremiah and go with Jeremiah, Casey, and Boston, and what kind of wide receiving core you could have? I mean, it could be the best wide receiving core in the league in a couple of years.
It's not a knock on Jeremiah, but let's say the Browns had a 3rd pick and somebody's willing to give you 3 1s.
Oh, well, yeah, sure.
But, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Then I'm doing that. Yeah.
The return on that haul is going to be significant, especially if all those quarterbacks play at a high level.
And by the way, I know he's not coming out after this year, but now everybody's losing their mind about Chris Henry Jr. Apparently, he's incredible. It's amazing. Ohio State gets all these good.
I didn't even mention Julian Sayin. I didn't mention Josh Hoover, who's going to Indiana. They're able to duplicate. Like, even if they're just in the Big Ten title game, and Hoover has a big year. Like, it's a lot of those guys on the peripheral at quarterback that could end up being first rounders as well.
Last thing, Sean, you mentioned Casey Concepcion in Boston. The Browns have done in the past a terrible job of drafting receivers. They've not used good high draft capital. This time they used 2 top 40 picks on wide receivers. Obviously, they haven't played a regular season game in the NFL yet, so we don't know how good they're going to be. But based on what we've all seen in training camp and preseason, for however much you can read into that, the early returns on these guys couldn't be any higher. Give me your thoughts right now, how you feeling about both of those receivers.
You're excited.
Yeah.
If I'm the Browns and I'm Andrew Berry, I'm on the phone. I got to move Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go.
Those are valuable reps that I can give to one of the younger guys. At least from the outside looking in, Jeudy is definitely not an energy guy.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I'm not saying that he's a locker room cancer, but he's also not a guy I think that's a developmental asset for us when it comes to teaching the younger guys, how to prepare, how to do all the little nuanced things that the really good receivers do. So I'd move Jeudy, and then I go all in with Denzel, KC, and Fannin, and then Quinshawn,
and even Bond to show some potential.
I was high on Isaiah. Remember?
Yeah.
I was high on him and Matthew Golden coming out of the University of Texas. So
right.
That's what I would do, and I would play the young guys, and I would live with some mistakes and some turnovers, and I would want to feel really good going into this upcoming offseason about our core group of young talent on offense.
I agree with you. All right, Sean, like I said, is going to be with us every other week here in the bullpen, mostly on Fridays, and we'll break down the games going into the weekends. We'll pick games. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sean, great to talk to you as always, and next time we speak, we'll be in regular season mode. I can't wait.
Hey, let me finish on this, Bull. Monkey, stop explaining yourself, man. Just be the head coach.
Just tell us all the media to shut up, right?
Even the president got a publisher. You ain't got to answer every question. All right.
Thanks, Sean. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, everybody, for watching and listening. We'll talk to you next time in the bullpen with Adam the Bull, brought to you by Bet Rivers. See you, everybody.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to First Take. Shea Cornette here with you. We have some breaking news from moments ago. Adam Schefter reporting that Deshaun Watson will be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns going forward. They play the Jacksonville Jaguars week 1, and so Deshaun Watson will take those QB1 snaps. Let's say hello to everyone here as we react to the news that we are all learning about in real time, especially after what happened this weekend. Hello, Kevin Clark, Dan Orlowski, Kimberly Martin. Okay, Kmart, I'm going to go to you first on this because I heard you say this morning on Unsportsman like you thought this was going to be a real possibility, even after the comments that were made over the weekend by Deshaun Watson, essentially saying that the fan base doesn't like him. I'm paraphrasing. We'll get more into that in a little bit. Nonetheless, he's a starting quarterback.
When you attend a dinner with close to 1,000 people, like the jacket dinner, sometimes when they put the food in front of you, you're like, oh.
Shout out to Joe Thomas and all he doing with the fresh foods and all that. I might actually get a shipment, man. Get this video to 500 likes. I'm gonna have to go ahead and try that the Joe Thomas Farms foods. He called Hall of Fame everything. Hall of Fame steak, Hall of Fame bacon. I don't know. They gonna get into it, but I'm gonna check out, man. I won't get full sleep today. Gotta go get my little dude from open house or some school thing or something like that. So I'm gonna check out. We got it at about an hour. Please be sure to put all your comments in the sections. Be nice to other people in their comments. A lot to comment off on here. We got some Mary Kay in there. We got some G. Bush and Tyvis in there. We was about to get into Dan Orlowski, but I ain't want to get into that. But like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back. Hit up the spaces. My boy Phil and them. They always got the spaces popping. I think they about to jump off soon. I like to get in a little bit before it. I'll be up before them. So, but appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate all of the interactions and watching the videos, even through the ads. I got premium, so I know that some people do still watch the ads. I appreciate y'all for watching them, but you can skip them. This channel is not monetized yet, so skip them ads till I let y'all know. Shalom.
Welcome to Reel McCoy TV, where faith intertwines with daily life, empowering us to inspire positive change. Our mission is not just to share our story, but to uplift our community and celebrate authentic tales of faith and family. Journey with us and witness Cleveland's vibrant sports scene alongside heartwarming church events and cherished family moments, all showcasing our shared values. New content graces your screens every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday evenings, making it easy to engage with us on this enlightening adventure. We invite you to be part of the Reel McCoy experience. Whether you wish to call in, join discussions, or collaborate, your voice matters. Plus, support our mission through Cash App, GoFundMe, or Patreon. Together, we create a thriving community of faith and support where every contribution counts.